Nobody is talking about Samsung and this semiconductor plant being built right now in Taylor, Texas. Hi, my name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty, and I had the opportunity to come out to Taylor, Texas because this day where I flew my drone was the same day I got an update from the city mayor of Hutto and Taylor, Texas. So with my board, I attend whenever they put them out there, these city updates where they have the mayor, the superintendent, and the chief of police for these cities come out and talk to us real estate agents to talk about like what's happening, what their current objectives are, what their current goals are for this year and next year. And so this was for Hutto and Taylor, Texas. And in Taylor, Texas, which is where this video is being shot, is where they're building this semiconductor plant. Samsung is. And when it's all said and done, it's going to put Central Texas, Taylor, Texas, on the map for being a huge hub for the semiconductor business, right? And that's huge because semiconductors is what you need for AI, and AI is not going anywhere. We could see how much momentum that industry is having. And take this look out. So on right here on the left, as we pan to the left, this is their man camp. This is their man camp. So you have people who are working on site, and they put up like this short temporary housing for them. It instantly reminded me of a man camp because I used to work in the oil and gas industry for a sand company in West Texas. But here's another shot, right? That's still the same facility, but now I kind of drove up a ways so you could see just to give you perspective on the size of this thing. The footprint of this is going to dwarf the Tesla Gigafactory when it's all said and done. Now check out the impact this is going to have around the surrounding areas and for the cities. Right? Over 20,000 jobs. Ooh, that was too fast for me. Over 20,000 jobs total. That's going to happen directly and indirectly as a result from the Samsung plant. 17,000 construction jobs and 4,500 manufacturing jobs. So you're going to have jobs for people that are working on the line. You're going to have middle management and the executives. And there's homes being built with price points to meet all of those. All the people working here, right? And that's why I'm super excited about this, is because Hutto, Texas, Taylor, Texas have affordable housing still. You could find homes, brand new homes, in the price range of $300,000 to $500,000. Now, let me pause here for a second because, I mean, this image I can talk about for a few minutes here now, because this is where the future phases of what this is going to, a future buildings for Samsung, right? Originally, it was going to be just one facility that we're seeing built. That's where you see all the cranes in the background. And their original commitment was around the $14 billion that they were going to invest in the infrastructure, on the roads and the water and what have you. So like the public utilities, so they could build something like this and not, take away from the residents. Now, if you that was a few years ago in 2022. No, I'm sorry. In 2022, so that's when Samsung began construction on Fab 1. Now you could see here that they have promised $41 billion. This is the breaking news part. $41 billion. So almost tripled the amount of their financial commitment to build, because they're going to be building more production facilities, a research facility, right? And that's what we're seeing here, right in front of us. You can see where they're moving the dirt. This is where those future buildings are going to be. Look at how far that is from the original plant. So they're going to be in this is, when it's all said and done, going to be a huge footprint. I wish I could have gone higher, and I wish I could have gone a little bit further distance, but where they're building this is an airport, a small executive airport nearby. So that limits me as a drone pilot to go as to how far high I can go and as to how far I can go. So that's that was kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. So you can kind of see here, look at in 2028, when it's all said and done, Austin Samsung facility expansion to begin. Hold on, 2027, production facility number 2 with research center and packing facility operational. So, I mean, this is so good for the city of Hutto, for the city of Taylor, Texas, because of all the momentum it's going to bring, all the tax revenue dollars it's going to bring, because of these major businesses coming in and paying their taxes. That's going to help the residents here, right? So, because of this, check this piece of news out. The University of Texas is going to build a new campus in Taylor, Texas. So Samsung is talking to all the local universities here because they want to create special certificate programs for the kids, so they can create the talent and workforce for all these future jobs that are coming once they build all these plants for the semiconductor business, right? That's huge. That means you can actually live, work, and be able to afford a home in where you live, which I know you can't say that for a large part of the country, right? But you can in Taylor, Texas, because homes 300 to 500,000. You have all these jobs that Samsung's going to create. They're partnering up with all the local universities to create the type of training that they want for these factories, because this is going to be, I'm sure, brand new facility. There's going to be cutting edge machines on the factory floor that everyone's going to need to understand and learn. And they're trying to get a head start by getting all these programs in, not just at the higher education level, but when I went to the city update and I was hearing the school superintendent for Taylor, Texas and Hutto, Texas speak, they're trying to do this even at the middle school, the elementary level. Like it's starting from very young, how the direction they're going, like even the high school level with these programs. So I wish I could say it better, but just understand that they have embedded themselves and are talking with the local universities and schools to make sure that they have like a win-win scenario where they have a workforce, they're providing the exact skills that they want so they can hire. So you're going to have an advantage here. Which is awesome. So there's that. And here in the background, that's the local high school, the Taylor High School. So if you move to Taylor, Texas, you're going to become a Duck, home of the Ducks, and their school mascot name is called the Waddles. I thought that was kind of cute. So here, I just kind of flew my drone out here to get perspective on just what this was already here. This is new construction, but this is all resale. So there's not like that builders still here anymore. This is all resale, but you could just see how close it is to Samsung. So everyone here is probably super happy because their property values are going to go up. Okay, so let me speak on this really quick. So this article here in this 113 acre development that's underway. They haven't broken ground or anything yet, but it's underway. If it gets, I'm sure it's up for approval. And let me just tell you really quickly what they plan on offering when it's all said and done. If it moves forward, 600 multifamily residential units. 600. They're going to expand the existing Brushy Creek trailways. They're going to have greenbelt and water features. They're going to have 60,000 square feet of restaurant and retail space, a grocery store. They're going to have a hotel or medical facility, 3 logistics buildings totaling 700,000 square feet, large hall-like spaces often used for storage, order picking, or distributing goods. Developers are anticipating 800 to 1,000 jobs. So Samsung's bringing a whole bunch of jobs. This development is going to bring a whole bunch of jobs. Will be created, and the development is expected to generate an estimated $9.8 million in property and sales tax revenue. So that's good if you're a resident in Hutto and in Taylor, Texas, because of all the tax dollars that these businesses are going to bring as a result from building, right? So there's so much momentum happening in this. So this is East Williamson County. There's so much momentum happening here, and really, if you're watching this in 2024. You're getting in at the ground level because no one's talking enough about this yet, right? Samsung is here to stay. They're building, when it's all said and done, the largest semiconductor plant in the world. They're making this the central hub for the semiconductor business, right? Because of that legislation that was passed back in, I think, 2022 to create more manufacturing plants in the semiconductor business here to the United States, right? When that bill was passed, now you have all these companies taking advantage of that money. And if you live in Taylor, Texas, you're starting to see that, right? And I captured this because this is a brand new construction community called Castlewood by Dreamfinder Homes. They have 10 different floor plans. They market themselves as front porch living. So this picture that kind of front porch rocking chair. And just sitting at your home watching the neighbors. That's kind of what that looks like. It's very small, very small. That's what's all encompassing. But a lot of Samsung's already kind of pre-bought this, so there's not much inventory left because of their because of how much people are here already from the development. So it's a boutique community, and they have homes starting in the mid 300s. So affordable housing, folks. So here is Taylor, Texas. So if you can kind of see Samsung in the background. So if you see cranes, that's Samsung, and this is downtown Taylor, Texas, right there. Do you see it on the background there, the top right corner? You can see the cranes in the background, and you can see the distance to downtown Taylor. And this reminds me of what Round Rock is. It gave me Round Rock vibes. I'm not from this area originally, but I would imagine that this is what Round Rock looked like maybe 20 years ago, right? Because you have that downtown that's just one main street, right, where everything is when it comes to like restaurants and parks and what have you. And the layout almost looks identical to Round Rock, where you have that bridge that takes you down to Main Street. You have almost a park that was right there by the train tracks, just like Round Rock. But Taylor, Texas, let's talk about the top 10 things to do in Taylor, Texas. And when I was doing research for this video, I was really surprised. I was like, oh man, they've filmed so many Hollywood movies here in Taylor, Texas. Let me see if I remember some of them, because they filmed Dazed and Confused here, and they filmed countless other movies. They have the historic downtown shopping, barbecue places. They have 3 different barbecue places that, in my research, I found that are in this city. They have an amazing park system, kind of like Round Rock, right, where they have just acres and acres of of parks, so you can, for sports fields, so you can actually have a place to, like a third place. On social media, third places is a big trend here, and you can have that here in Taylor, Texas. I mean, Taylor, Texas just has a space, right? There's definitely still a small town. There's not that many people here yet, but they have the space to build all these communities and to have it fit, right? It's going to put Taylor, Texas on the map. This drone footage is going to age very nicely over time, because in 5 years from now, I can only imagine how differently this place is going to look because of Samsung, because of all this, and what the Samsung effect is going to bring, right? There's going to be so many more businesses coming here to support Samsung, and it's going to really change the course of everything here. I really don't think they're going to change the kind of vibes and, where this is going to look like downtown or anything. I think it's still going to keep the charm of having that small town, just like how Round Rock has kept its charm of a very small, kind of small town vibe, small town feel, especially with their downtown where the restaurants are, where you can walk, and that's where they probably have. I mean, this is where they close down the street on Main Street. They have farmers markets, they have entertainment, live music. They have all that, which I love. And not to mention the thing for the movies. I wish I could remember a few more off the top of my head, but just Google that on what other movies. But they've been filming here for quite some time. Amazing. And again, you're really getting in here at the ground floor. I mean, homes in the price range of $300,000 to $500,000. These are brand new homes in Taylor, Texas, in Hutto, Texas. And it's crazy I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on this. So if you want to keep up with this, Samsung, the new construction happening in Taylor, Texas. So here's a quick little visual of from downtown Austin to Taylor, Texas, you're looking at about a 45-minute drive, right? So it is out there, but if anything under an hour, especially from a city that has a lot more people and a lot more traffic, is nothing. Right? And they are expanding it. So you do have the 130 here, which is a nice toll highway where you can go really fast and go from one corner of the city to the opposite, right? So, I mean, I think geographically, they're in a great spot. And again, look at Hutto, Texas, and look at Taylor, Texas. That's where you can buy homes in that price range. They're building so much infrastructure when it comes to so there's entertainment, right? There's going to be fine dining. There's going to be restaurants. There's going to be parks. There's going to be stuff that you could do within the city. So it doesn't become technically like a quote unquote sleeper town where it's just houses and you have to leave so you could go do something, right? That's not what's happening in Taylor and Hutto. They're being very intentional on what they're choosing to approve when it comes to projects, both on the residential side, on the commercial side. So they kind of build evenly, or as best as they can, So it's not just houses, right? And there's stuff to do. I feel like that's kind of like what happened with Leander, Texas, and Liberty Hill. They're, I would consider, sleeper towns where there's not that much stuff to do yet because they built like crazy when it came to residential homes, right? So I think Hutto and Taylor kind of saw that, and they're definitely learning from the mistakes that they made because, again, there is not that they're building right now. Like in Leander, they have the North Line that they're building. Liberty, Texas, I don't know what's going on over there. They do have a downtown, but it looks nothing like this. Nothing like this. It's like a fraction of this. Almost a little depressing if you ask me. But that's Liberty Hill. But they are building stuff. It's just nothing's underway like this, right? So again, check this out. This is Samsung. Samsung. Have you ever seen so many cranes in your life, right? This is what's going to put Taylor, Texas, Hutto, Texas on the map, and investors are flocking here already, right? I'm going to be touring all the new construction communities happening in these areas, so you can keep up with it. So I can hopefully find a home that meets your criteria, so we can purchase a home, and I can be your real estate agent because I'm going to be covering this very closely. I have been following this very closely, and Hutto, Texas, there's a bunch of new home communities right now. Taylor, Texas, they're barely about to break ground this year. I know Brightland Homes is already secured land, and they're going to start breaking ground, I would say, this year with their community, but they haven't announced that yet. I just got that. I got word from speaking to the agent in Hutto, Texas, when I was looking at their community, Highlands North community, but they're almost all sold out there. So there's still homes available in Hutto, brand new homes that you could buy. Taylor Morrison is out there with Emory Crossing in Hutto, Texas. They have an amazing location, and they have tons of homes to purchase from. They're going to be building out there for the next couple of years. So Hutto right now is just more developed. They have more homes to offer. Taylor, Texas is getting there, but for the next couple of years to come, my goodness, there's going to probably be so much an influx of more developers coming to buy land to build all these master plan communities in support, because there's tens of thousands of jobs that Samsung is going to be bringing here. And after the Samsung effect takes into place, and we're starting to see that now with Round Rock, they've some suppliers that support Samsung are moving in, or they're expanding their headquarters, or buying office space in Round Rock, which is, so you have Taylor, Hutto, and Round Rock. So these are all surrounding areas. So they're really going to be looking at surrounding areas within like a 45 minute to an hour kind of like range from the plant. So to you as a home buyer, that's great for you because of home appreciation. If you're a resident here already, that's great for you because of property values are going to go up. But right now, if you're watching this in 2024, you're kind of getting this at the ground floor, because they're not done yet. You can see here they're still underway. They're going to be, but very shortly, they're going to be in production mode. I think in 2025, that's when they're slated to start dishing out some of these semiconductors, right? And that's super important because with AI happening, and we know that industry is not going anywhere, the semiconductor plant is a necessity for all that for that to work. Not to mention it's in our phones and the vehicles. I mean, it's a business that's for the future. So please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all things new construction and what's happening in Taylor and Hutto, Texas. My name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. I appreciate you for watching. I hope you got some value out of this video. I am super excited about Samsung and Taylor, Texas, and Hutto, Texas, and I would love the opportunity. Let's schedule some face-to-face time so we can take a deep dive in any other one of the communities that are in Taylor, Hutto, Texas, or in Williamson County, right? I cover it all. You'll see in my playlist on my YouTube channel under Discovering New Construction in the Austin area, I've covered almost all parts of Williamson County, and I'm still knocking them out because there's just so much happening here. New construction is definitely one of my specializations. I keep a pulse in the marketplace for all these brand new build communities popping up, even the smaller boutique ones, right? Because you have these master plan communities where you have thousands of homes, but you also have these little pocket communities where it's just a handful of homes that are in Round Rock, in Cedar Park, and even here in Hutto and Taylor, Texas. So they're like more like your boutique communities that are a little bit higher price point. But these master plan communities, since there's a lot more homes going to be built, that's where you can get that affordable price point of like starting in the 300s. So 300 to 500 is what I'm seeing. That's the sweet spot for buyers right now, and that's what builders are kind of building and offering, especially in Hutto and Taylor, Texas. So I'll wrap things up for here. My name is Omar Pineda. your Austin Realtor with eXp Realty, and I really appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.